Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we are going to explore the options between a 4 and an 8B pencil. So let's say that we had to sketch just with the use of an 8B and a 4B. Could we make it work? So I'm just going to pick a random shape to work with, and what I am doing is picking a box. So we will assume that the light source is hitting from here, and we're going to put in some kind of shading. I'm going to use the 8B to put down an optimal crosshatch. Now, please do keep in mind that when we are doing a crosshatch, it is ideally in the shape or the direction of the object. So I could also go both ways in this case, but only if I keep the crosshatch fairly close. Close as in that there is not to be too much of a gap between the lines. So what I'm just trying to achieve is a rough fill. And as I said, that I'm working with pencil points that are far apart. Charcoal 8B is necessarily a charcoal tip, so very thick, and as you see, if I am going with the blunt tip, already that casts a darker tone is achieved immediately as soon as I use the more chiseled end of the tip here. But my routine here is to fill this out. So I've tried to use optimal pressure to achieve that fill on the side. And for that matter, I will also be putting down, move this over here a little bit, and I'll be putting down a shadow using the same pencil, ideally not a conventional practice, but again, we are exploring the 2 points, and I'm going to use a bit of crosshatch right here, just so I have a demarcation point for the outer edge of the object, and just to illustrate how effortlessly, and with here I'm not applying optimal pressure, it's minimal pressure just to get a bit going there. So that is an 8B point. Now if I were to really press, not really, but press more than my optimal pressure, you can see the effect that I've achieved, like right there. Now with a similar object, so we'll just put that down quickly. So we got the surface, we got that object. You can imagine whatever it is, but so we're going to go with the 4B and try to, actually I'll get the lighter tone going. So I'm using less than optimal pressure, very light crosshatch to again just put in a separation point. I actually concentrated the strokes there so it might look a little darker around that edge, but that was not my intention. It happened, I guess, out of habit. So I'm using the same optimal fill or crosshatch. And I'm trying to utilize as minimum strokes as possible in one area. At the time ensuring also that there's not too much gap. I think I have more gap toward the bottom there. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to, and as you've seen that I have gone along the shape of the direction of the object's placement here. So it's vertical and it's horizontal. It is a rectangle, but shown from a slight perspective. And I think that I have pretty much, I did a little bit of rough work there as well to fill out and went back and forth. But so with the 4B I have achieved that, and then again optimal shadow, optimal strokes for the shadow cast on the flat surface, and with added pressure. And there we have it. So you could tell the difference. So the 8B considerably thicker, richer, and easier to fill, but to be used for specific purpose and not necessarily in the manner that we have just done. So please do check the different points out. Have fun sketching. Please subscribe and keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.